What's up, guys? It's Lainey and Leigh.
So happy Halloween, guys. So today, since it is Halloween, we were gonna do a video of like dressing up and things like that, but since we have to do it over Skype and stuff, we thought it would be easier to tell like scary stories that we found. So we each found like scary stories to tell, and these are off the internet. They are not ours. And viewers' discretion advised because they do talk about like scary things and things like that. And so, yeah, I think Leigh is going to go first.
Okay. So, I just read it.
Yeah, and just read it.
The last thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07. Before she pushed her long, rotting nails through my chest, her other hand muffled my screams. I sat bolt upright, relieved it was only a dream. But as I saw my alarm clock read 12:06, I heard my closet door creak open.
Oh my gosh, that's that reminds me of I don't know if you've ever read those or seen them, like 2-sentence horror stories, where it's just like this and then like something really scary. That's what that reminds me of, and that's really scary. So mine is longer. It's not like super duper long, but it's called Ouija Board Knocks Back. This is off of Reddit by a user called Excrement Cranium. And so it says, in high school, my friends and I were messing around with a Ouija board. One night, we had done it before and nothing remarkable had ever happened. We usually did it to try to scare each other or our girlfriends. We all thought it was a joke. That night there was no one else home except the 7 of us, and we were all together around the board. One of the girls there wanted to try it. She had never done it before. This time was different. The board misspelled some of the words, the same words every time. It gave answers for our town, like things like around us and stuff. And then it told us a long story. The spirit claimed it was a 10-year-old boy who had died on the property in the 1800s and was buried there too in an unmarked grave. We were all a little freaked out because the board had never been so detailed and consistent. However, we were still skeptical, and we were all assuming one of us was trying to scare the rest. Finally, my friend asked if the spirit could do something to prove he was there with us. It went to yes, and then spelled out KNOCK. Then I always say it wrong. The planchette stopped moving. We all just stared at it silently, and then there was a rap on the window right next to us. The lights were on outside, and there was obviously no one out there. We never touched the board again.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so you said you have another one, so.
Okay, so this is my other one. I checked into a small hotel. The lady tells me not to peek in one specific room. Night comes and noise is coming from the room across. I knocked on the door, no response. So I looked in the keyhole. I see nothing except red. I went down to complain. The lady tells me a woman in there died. Her skin was all white except her eyes, which were red.
Oh my gosh. That's like that's like weird. Alright, so I found a other one. So this one is also from a Reddit user. It doesn't say the name, but it's called "You're Lucky I'm Scared Too." Some random thief was in my house who I spoke to, who left me a weird message. I was sitting in my room at like 11:30 p.m. Heard lots of stuff downstairs. Assumed it was my mom. Heard her. I heard her walking up the stairs to my room. Stop. I called out to her. She didn't say anything and walked downstairs. I went down about a half hour later to find a piece of paper with the words, "You're lucky I'm scared too" on it. And a whole bunch of stuff was missing. I called my mom and she still hadn't arrived home from a dinner she was at with her friends. I called the cops and locked myself in the bedroom, but I think they left when they realized I was still home. Probably the most scared I've ever been when I was hiding in my bedroom. Yeah, so like that one's like not like anything supernatural, but that one's just like a scary thing. So yeah, I mean that's really all the stories that we found off like from online, but like is there anything like scary that's ever happened to you, like a real thing that happened to you?
I don't think so.
Alright, cool. Well, like there's a few things that has happened like to me like throughout my like life. Like one time I saw like a shadow figure and then like it disappeared, but one time when we were filming, I know we caught it on camera, but in the I believe it was the song association game when we were playing it, all of a sudden the door like just slammed shut when it was already closed, and none of us like realized that it opened. And like the weird thing is that door kind of creaks, and so like I think that was like one that was like, oh my gosh, because like we caught it on camera. And like the thing was like my brother was at work, was like helping us film in the room, and then like my sis and then my parents were downstairs, and I think that was like probably like super duper scary. Like it really was scary because the door was closed.
She really couldn't have done that because I was actually watching that video back just because I like was interested as to what that was, trying to figure out what it was.
Yeah.
But me watching that video back, I remember looking at the door and then I looked back at like the camera and then it slammed. So then I was kind of like, I don't know.
Like it was just really weird because like the thing is like yeah, my sister was like behind the camera, but she was like behind the camera and we were talking and laughing at that point. And like it just like it was like so weird because I remember because I was the last one in the room and I remember closing it because like my parents get mad if like when we're filming sometimes we get a little loud and stuff, and so they've like told me like before like if we're in a room like to just close the door so that way it like muffles the sound and stuff. And so like and I remember closing the door and then somehow it's still like shut.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah. And so I mean I really don't think there's like anything else besides that like one specific time. I mean, like, there are, like, a few other ones. Like, I mean, I've heard knocking on my walls before, but some of them I'm 98% sure was my sister. but hey, that's that. But yeah, I mean, nothing really like that like extravagant has happened, but yeah, that happened. But yeah, so I think that's it. Is there anything else you want to say?
No.
No? Okay, cool. So I hope you guys have a good Halloween. And once again, these are stories that we did not come, most, besides the last one that like I shared about like us filming and stuff. But the rest of them are stories that people came up with, and so they are not ours. I will probably I'll put a link in like the description below of like where we got them and stuff. And so yeah, I think that's it. So bye guys, stay freaky.
Bye.